You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it.
Good morning and welcome to the December 2023 pinning ceremony. My name is Denise Eady, nurse educator with Southern Crescent Practical Nursing Program. I have the honor of hosting today's ceremony. Graduate, family, and friends, SCTC leadership and employees, distinguished guests, welcome to this ceremony, which is steeped in tradition, meant to welcome new nurses into the world of nursing. Students, you did it. Even though you didn't believe that you would, I am so proud of you. When you began your journey a year ago, I'm convinced you had no idea of the challenges and obstacles you had to overcome, even though we tried to warn you. We started in orientation, fundamentals, farm throughout the entire year, trying to prepare you for the many ATI assignments, med templates, skills checkoffs, the importance of reading all assignment instructions, exams, 6:30 a.m. clinicals, remediation, deadlines, and the list goes on and on, because they are all important in preparing you for the real world of nursing to be a productive, strong member of the healthcare team. There were many tears, meltdowns, and a lot of encouragement to just breathe. You can do this, hang on, dig deep, and finish strong. And here we are today. You did it. Here you are with your dream of being a nurse now being realized. I am so proud of you and thankful I was able to be a small part of your journey. And in case you ever wondered, because you couldn't tell by my responses or my face, I really deeply and genuinely care about each of you and your success, and I'm really not that scary. Now, as you begin your career, your focus now shifts from the classroom to a bigger consideration. Your first job as a new grad, your first big nurse check, your first code, the loss of your first patient that will shake you to your core. Just breathe. You've got this. Believe in yourself and the knowledge you have obtained. You have been prepared for the adventure ahead. Go and be your patient's best advocate. Serve with care and compassion, even when you're tired, overworked, and feel undervalued and underappreciated. Your patients deserve the best. Before you start your shift, say to yourself, help me be the best nurse that I can be. Bless me with the words to impart knowledge with gentleness, patience, and a kind bedside manner. Give me the vision to see those that are struggling with their illnesses and the ability to help them understand and walk their journey. As we celebrate today, we honor you and your accomplishments. Congratulations on a job well done. We are proud of you. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Irvin Clark, the president of Southern Crescent Technical College.
Good morning. I need to hear some excitement from our graduates. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love that energy. I just wanted to take this time to just congratulate you on behalf of our faculty, our staff, our board of directors, our foundation trustees, but most importantly, our community and industry partners, the hospitals, the nursing homes, the patients that you're going to eventually be working with, all those individuals and those organizations that are going to be impacted by the work that you're doing. You've been trained by the best. Our Southern Crescent Technical College faculty, our staff have supported you. You have done your clinical assignments with our local partners. You are ready, and you are needed in the workforce. I only ask that you do two things. One, that you represent us at the highest level, that you take everything you have learned, the commitment, the passion, the late nights, working with others, you bring that into the hospital setting. You serve as a leader amongst your peers. And second, that you share with others about your experience here at Southern Crescent Technical College, the rigor of our program, the excellence that we have in our faculty, encouraging others to come into the allied health field, to continue their journey of professional excellence. And one last thing I do want to encourage you to do is that to continue going, move on to the next level, because we want to see you back here in a level, because we have a bridge program. Where's our Vice President of Academic Affairs that we just launched? And I hope to see many of you in that bridge program so that way you can get your RN. Again, congratulations for all of your hard work. We are so proud of you, and I look forward to shaking each of your hands at graduation. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Good morning. To our family and friends who have traveled far and near, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to Southern Crescent's Practical Nursing Program, December class of 2023. There's an excitement in the air, and it is a great pleasure knowing that we are a part of that excitement. To our instructors who have always believed in us and motivated us, like Ms. Watson with her morning messages before exams reminding us that we got this. Even though some mornings, Ms. Watson, we didn't have anything. Nevertheless, my classmates and I thank you for all your dedication to our success. And to those of you who took bribes along the way, that didn't hurt either. I'm just kidding, Ms. Wallace. But seriously, to my fellow classmates, can you believe it? Look at us, like Ms. Lighted would say, getting pinned and stuff. But seriously, I think I speak for us all when I say that this journey has been worth every inner doubt of success, every late night, and every tear. As nurses, we will have a unique perspective and understanding of how precious life is, and that is a gift. Always remember, we make a difference in people's lives every day, no matter how big or how small. With that, I have no doubt that each of us will continue to do great things and make a difference in everyone's life that we touch. To my late grandmother, Sarah, sitting behind me, I finally did it, and I hope that I have made you proud. To my husband and to my family, thank you all for standing with me. You guys now have a 24-hour on-call nurse. Y'all welcome. Thank y'all for attending our ceremony and welcome. Now I would like to call Josie up.
Good morning. The history of pinning, the history of nursing. The nursing pinning ceremony has a long history dating back more than 1,000 years to the 12th century Crusades, when knights who aided the sick and infirm were given a Maltese cross to wear. Today's pinning ceremony is closely tied to an award given to the legendary nurse Florence Nightingale. Known as the Mother of Nursing, she was awarded the Red Cross of St. George in 1860s for her tireless work during the Crimean War. To share this honor, Florence Nightingale presented a Medal of Excellence to her brightest graduates. Soon, The Nightingale School of Nursing at St. Thomas Hospital in London designed and awarded a badge with a Maltese cross to all nurses as they completed their program. By 1916, the practice of the pinning ceremony was standard throughout the United States and England. The badge symbolized educated women who were competent to serve as a nurse to provide health care to society. Each school of nursing designed and awarded its own customized pin. The pinning ceremony is distinctive for the nursing community and is unlike any graduation ceremony. It is the first time a nursing graduate enters the nursing community with its rich and proud history. Not only does it mark the completion of student coursework, but this ceremony honors the nursing graduates who will work in a career where they will have to be selfless for the good of many of others. Now I would like to introduce Demiliana Turton, who will share our tribute to the instructors.
Good morning, everyone. I promise my instructors I'll behave up here and I'll represent them well. This is my tribute to our instructors. Around this time last year, we were anticipating and eagerly awaiting January the 9th. When the 9th approaches, we entered our classroom like daffodils, in our white scrubs and blooming. For those who don't know, a daffodil symbolizes new beginnings. They are easy to grow and they bloom for decades. Okay, let's get to the meat and the potatoes according to Ms. Wallace. For our loved ones that's gathered here with us today, the strength of a building lies in its foundation. The foundation holds the structure and keeps it standing. Miss Edie, this is where you came into place. Class started at 8:30 and not at 8:31 for us. When we walked into the classroom, she was in there. She was ready to greet us, and of course, she was counting down the time. She would stand there and she would say, looking over her glasses, "It's okay, guys, it's 8:28. Look around and tell me if any of your classmates are missing." Sometimes we would see our classmates running across the parking lot just to be on time. If you got to the door at 8:31, I promise you, the door was closed and you had two choices. You either go back home, write 18 pages, or you sit in the lobby and you wait till break. You better pray that break was early and we had a 5-minute bathroom break. If not, in the meanwhile, just consider what type of loose leaf paper you want to write on, and if you prefer to do it with black ink or blue ink. We were so molded that when we entered pharmacology on Tuesdays, Ms. Lydig never had to speak a word to us. We were never late, and our conduct was always good. We already knew what was tolerated and what would not be tolerated. Pharmacology and fundamentals were strenuous. Our very first exam we had was 11 chapters. 11 chapters to study from. Many days we would hear, "If only y'all could see the look on y'all faces. Every one of y'all look like a deer in headlights. It's not that bad, I promise," according to Miss Edie. At this point in our education, we changed from daffodils and became a magnolia flower, which symbolized luck and stability. We now understood why they gave us the survival kit at orientation. And today I walked with my tissue because this was part of our kit. Our outside lives have now slowed down. You were lucky if you passed that first exam, and if you didn't, you were lucky enough to learn how to study for the next one, which would be next week. And please, remember, leave those exam grades behind. It's already done. Let's not forget we had a pharmacology exam to prepare for the same week. Better yet, the next day. Monday, then Tuesday. Let's just call these two classes the dynamic duo. They shaped us for the entire program. From here, we were prepared for every other instructor. They never had to set an expectation, for our foundation was already built. Moving on to MedSurg, this is where we built relationships with our other instructors. Ms. Tucker, Ms. Wallace, Ms. Worthy, Ms. Turpin, Ms. Watson. For Ms. Edie, you have taught us to prioritize and never let the snowball catch up. Therefore, whenever something goes wrong with our patients, as in a code, we will always visualize you in our minds, standing in front of us, looking over those glasses, with your hands at your side or in your pocket, saying to us, focus on the right here. Let me show y'all how she do it. Focus on the right here, right now. What will kill the patient? You got this. Then you would say, I believe in you. Miss Wallace, full of enthusiasm, you were awaiting this moment. You would go over everything and until we got it. Then you were randomly calling us to make sure we were paying attention. Then she would say, okay guys, I know it's boring, it's a long subject, hold on, hang in there, we're almost finished. And that was only for the lectures. But let's talk about the amount of case studies you have given us. And the minimum was always 11 pages to one case study. As we go into the field, whenever we are charting, Ms. Wallace, or writing an incident report, we would never be overwhelmed, especially me. We will always look at that paperwork with a big smile. Knowing me, I am going to laugh. And remember you saying, it's only 4, it's not an option, it must be done, and it's due by Friday. Make me proud. Miss Lighty, our instructor of different smiles, and our walking wheel of fortune. The only thing that never happened was we weren't bankrupt. Yes, Miss Leidig, we would never forget that wheel. I won't. For those who don't know, the wheel had our names on it, and instead of cash prizes, she controlled the spinning, and therefore everyone participated in class. Doing a problem on the board, whether we knew it or not, and she would say, you're not alone, you got your classmates, they'll help. Ma'am never took a no for an answer. Whenever she entered the classroom, depending on her smile, I knew what type of day we were going to have. It could be a regular day where we focus on the textbook and do practice questions. It could be a day of an activity with the wheel, or she'll teach us 5 new equations and we better grasp it quick because Tuesday exam is coming for the following week. One thing for sure is you reassured us that no 2 days were the same. I also love how you and Miss Edie would joke with us and then hit us with the, absolutely not. Miss Turpin, our teddy bear, always ready to give a hug. While teaching us, you would always say, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, ma'am, we never knew what you were saying. But then you would see our faces and you would say, okay, let's dumb it down. Let's go back to the drawing board. You see, you know what I'm saying. Now let's apply it. Miss Watson, she was our no-nonsense teacher. When she felt like she could not get through to us because we will not focus or read that textbook, she would then slam her hand down on the table and stare at the whole class. She'll look around. Then she'll say, what do I need to do to teach y'all better? Miss Worthy, I saved you for last. I heard that, oh. I saved you for last, our walk-in laughter, always wanting to alleviate the stress. Even if she wasn't trying to be funny, guys, her facial expression says it all while she talks. Her favorite phrases were, and she drags every word, oh my word. Bless her heart. Guys, I am not kidding y'all. If y'all could only see. And oh yes, Miss Worthy, we would never forget your encounter with mittens. To each of our instructors, you have all etched a place in our heart. Some days we may have felt like y'all were extreme or just overwhelming, but in reality, each one of us you shaped for the road ahead. You started off as instructors, providing education, opportunities, and necessary clinical experiences. But you became more than that. Y'all were architects, building a foundation within us, then designing and planning lectures to educate us, making sure we were standing strong to see this day. But of course, we had to put the work in as well. You also became gardeners, watering us every day and picking the weeds in our garden. The weeds were that remediation, guys. And the one-on-ones fulfilling the exams. Making sure we had all the necessary information to survive. Then, of course, our shoulders to lean on, our listening ears, and you even fell in line as one of our biggest cheerleaders. Although some days y'all probably have not felt appreciated because we were so bogged down into those grades, according to Ms. Lighting, and overwhelmed with the excess work today is the day to let y'all know, especially now since we have some breathing space and we don't have to worry about any more dosage exams, any more class exams, those 12 ATI assignments, and Ms. Lade, let's not forget those 96 handwritten medications. We truly appreciate each of you from the bottom of our heart. Yes, Ms. Wallace, even though those 4 makeup case studies really scared me that day of clinicals, we truly appreciate each one of you. Since I'm in charge of the class today, I would like to ask all of my instructors to stand. I will show y'all which is which, but I do want to present a rose to each one of my instructors. In the great words of Miss Edie, if you know that you know that you know, never forget that you will always be a part of our lives. Never to be forgotten, always to be remembered, with good memories and a candid smile. Ms. Watson, we will remember that no question is ever a dumb one. Ms. Wallace, no matter what transpires at work or once in our uniform, we will always keep it classy. Ms. Lydig, we will always remember to use critical thinking. And Ms. Turpin, if we're ever confused, we will dumb it down and go back to the drawing board. Ms. Worthy, at the end of every stressful day, we will say, oh, bless her heart. Oh, my word, with a smile on our face and go home. No matter where we go, we will make each one of you proud. Thank you, instructors, for your roses are now entering this world. Not even crying, guys.
And this is why we do what we do. I'd like to introduce to you our guest speaker today, Bethany Marbut, graduated from the Southern Crescent Technical College Practical Nursing Program in December 2021. She began her nursing career at Piedmont Henry, where she has served as a charge nurse, safety coach, and a preceptor for new employees. She is a part-time employee at the Hands of Hope Clinic, which is a charitable medical, dental, and mental health clinic that serves the uninsured in Henry County, and is a PRN employee at Brightmoor Hospice Inpatient Facility. Bethany is married to Matt Marbut. They have 4 cats, Weaver, Albert, Reba, and Goose. Bethany and Matt are active members of Heritage Baptist Church in Locust Grove. Bethany has applied to the Southern Crescent LPN Paramedic to RN Bridge program for the spring 2024 cohort. in hopes of continuing her education. It is my honor to introduce to you our guest speaker, Bethany Marbut.
Good morning. My name is Bethany Marbut. I am an LPN graduate of SCTC class of 2021. I am honored to be here. When Ms. Leidig originally asked me to speak, I told her no. I am not a public speaker, but the more I thought about it and the more I prayed about it, I said, why not? Why not speak to these new nurses that are coming up in the world now? So, today as I stand here, I remember all of the emotions you have. Some of those emotions I am feeling today: nervous, anxious, scared. It's okay, it's completely normal. It is. You will get through this. Today is just a stepping stone. Let me give you a little history about myself. I grew up a little different than everyone else. I was diagnosed at a young age with severe OCD, ADD, and a learning disability in reading, meaning if I read something, I couldn't comprehend it like everyone else. With that, I was placed in smaller classes with accommodations, and I was told from a young age that I was never going to be able to become a nurse that I had always dreamed of. But God had a plan. I graduated high school, went straight to college to start my dream of becoming a nurse. I became overwhelmed with trying to navigate life, school outside of high school. I failed courses. So I took time off. I took 5 years off to search what really God had planned for me. After those 5 years, I started the journey all over again. In spring of 2019, I did well in all of my prereqs. I knew this was God's timing. Wrong. I applied to 2 different nursing programs at 2 different schools and rejected. I was crushed. I didn't know what else to do. So I went to my advisor and asked her what other program I could do. That's when she told me about the LPN program. I applied and got accepted. But it doesn't end there. Throughout the program, I was tested in every way possible. I was constantly talked about not being smart enough. I felt like I wasn't smart enough. I was constantly comparing myself to other students. Why was I not getting the grades they were getting? But God's timing, grace, and strength got me through. Fast forward, I graduated in December of 2021, took my NCLEX, passed the first time. I started working. I didn't know if I was going to get through those first few months of being on orientation. I didn't know that I was going to become a charge nurse 2 months after orientation. 3 months after orientation, I became a preceptor to precept new nurses like you guys. It was hard. I self-doubted and tried to convince myself I wasn't good enough. But I continued to remind myself that God has always given me strength, so why would He fail me now? Despite my history with struggles, I stand before you and say, I made it and I am successful. I am smart enough, I am good enough, and so are you, each and every one of you. My encouragement to you as you start your nursing journey, I have a couple of things for you. God's timing is always perfect. We may not understand it, but we must trust and believe. Listen to your gut. We are all made with intuition. Use it. Be confident. If you know that you know that you know something, show it. Always advocate. Be your patient's advocator when they can't. It will never steer you wrong. Don't be afraid to say no. If you are exhausted and tired and your family invites you out, it's okay to say no. Self-care is the best thing for you. Allow yourself to feel. Feel those emotions. You will have days that you will think you can't do this anymore, but you can. Lastly, I want to share this passage I found that really spoke to me. Being a nurse is not about grades. It's about being who we are authentically. No book can teach you how to cry with a patient. No class can teach you how to tell a family member that their loved one has died or is dying. No professor can teach you how to find dignity in giving someone a bed bath that has not had one in days. Being a nurse is not about pills or charting. It's about being able to love people when they are in their weakest and most vulnerable moments. So with all of that, I want to encourage you to find someone. You can use me, call me, text me, anytime that you need that encouragement. When you have that self-doubt, call me. Thank you.
Latika Sinquel Banks. Latika Sinquel Banks, nurse graduate. Alexis Brown. Alexis Brown, nurse graduate. Anna Chapman. Anna Chapman, nurse graduate. Chelsea Farrell. Chelsea Farrell, nurse graduate. Amber Ham. Amber Ham, nurse graduate. Jendai Henry. Jendai Henry, nurse graduate. Latoria Shanice Hughes. Latoria Shanice Hughes, nurse graduate. Najira Nikki Jakes. Najira Nikki Jakes, nurse graduate. Connie Quiete. Connie Quiete, nurse graduate. Amber Diane Mason. Amber Diane Mason, nurse graduate. Shamika Michelle Parham. Shamika Michelle Parham, nurse graduate. Crystal Pierce. Crystal Pierce, nurse graduate. Erica Price. Erica Price, nurse graduate. Keandra Redding. Keandra Redding, nurse graduate. Lakeisha Rose Dorsey. Lakeisha Rose Dorsey, nurse graduate. Josie Roseburr Battle. Josie Roseburr Battle, nurse graduate. JC Ryan. JC Ryan, nurse graduate. Felicia Shelton. Felicia Shelton, nurse graduate. Janice Elaine Souter. Janice Elaine Souter, nurse graduate. Susie Topali. Susie Topali, nurse graduate. Demiliana Turton. Demiliana Turton, nurse graduate. Taya Vance. Taya Vance, nurse graduate. Tara Witt. Tara Witt, nurse graduate.
I first want to thank you all for being here today, for it means more than you will ever know. It's said that nurses are meant to be the light in our patients' lives in their darkest hours. It's here at Southern Crescent that we learn what it truly means to be that light. As we follow our paths to be that light to our patients, it is with a great honor that I pass the torch and ignite that light into the upcoming class of 2024, represented by Arthur Patterson.
I am deeply honored and profoundly grateful to stand before you today as the recipient of the Nursing Lamp. Who wants that one?
At this time, we are going to do the Nightingale Pledge. If you are a nurse, will you please stand? I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I shall abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and shall not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I shall do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. I shall be loyal to my work and devoted towards the welfare of those committed to my care. Thank you.
I am deeply honored and profoundly grateful to stand before you today as the recipient of the Nursing Lamp. This recognition is not just a personal triumph, but a testament to the collective dedication and tireless effort of all the incredible individuals who have supported me on this remarkable journey. I must also acknowledge my mentors and educators whose guidance have been instrumental in shaping me into the future nurse I am today. Their wisdom, patience, and commitment to excellence have been a guiding light, helping me navigate the complexities of nursing school. In closing, I want to reiterate my deep gratitude for this humbling recognition. The nursing lamp is not just a symbol. It is a beacon that inspires us to continue our journey of compassionate care, lifelong learning, and advocacy for the health and dignity of every individual. Let us carry the light of nursing forward, illuminating the path to a healthier, more compassionate world for all. Thank you. Graduating students, you may extinguish your candles.
Good afternoon, graduates. The poem I'm about to read tells the story of our collective journey through this program. You will never see me fall. You may see me struggle, but you will never see me fall. Regardless if I'm weak or not, I'm gonna stand tall. Everyone says life is easy, but truly living is not. Times get hard, people struggle, and constantly get put on the spot. I'm gonna wear the biggest smile, even though I wanna cry. I'm gonna fight to live, even though I'm destined to die. And even though it's hard, I may struggle through it all. You may see me struggle, but you'll never see me fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, distinguished guests, and most importantly, my fellow nursing graduates. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives, a moment we have eagerly anticipated and worked hard to achieve. First and foremost, I want to extend my deepest appreciation to our dedicated faculty members. I do not know where to begin. Your guidance, mentorship, and unwavering support have been instrumental in shaping us into the individuals we are today. You've not only imparted knowledge, but also inspired us to become the best nurses possible to our patients. Thank you for always lending us an ear to listen, providing a shoulder to cry on, and being one of our biggest cheerleaders and supporters. To the institution that has been our home for the past year, thank you for providing us with a platform to learn, grow, and follow our passion of being nurses. To our families and friends, thank you for standing by us through this grueling year. You have witnessed the late-night study sessions, breakdowns, and flat-out panic attacks. Your love and encouragement have been our driving force. Thank you for the countless sacrifices you have made to ensure our success. I would also like to thank those friends and family members who cannot be here today. You have also played a role in who we have become today or inspired us to embark on this journey into nursing. Last but not least, I would like to express gratitude to our cohort. During these long 12 months, we have become a family. Nursing school has a tendency to do that when you create a trauma bond with people. Thank you for all the times we laughed together, all the support given during the difficult and hard times, and for all celebrated achievements, no matter how small. The bond we've created has built a treasure, and we will carry this with us for a lifetime. Looking ahead, let us carry these lessons learned during our time at Southern Crescent into the world. Let us be agents of positive change, compassionate leaders, and lifelong learners, because when you are a nurse, you are never done learning. Our education has equipped us with the tools to navigate the challenges of nursing that lie ahead, and I am confident that each and every one of us will make a meaningful impact in this respective career. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this incredible journey. May we continue to make the healthcare world a better place, one patient at a time. Congratulations to us all. And I would like to introduce Ms. Wallace for the closing remarks.
I am incredibly honored to be able to stand here and congratulate all of you on this very special day. I'll be brief, but I just want to remind you that you've come a really long way. Let's take a quick walk down memory lane. Tachycardia and tachypnea, palpitations, dyspnea, diaphoresis, tearfulness, anxiety, pacing and tremoring, nausea and vomiting. Perhaps I'm describing a patient having an ST elevation myocardial infarction. Wrong. It's a nursing student. It was you the night before Ms. Tucker's cardiac exam. It was you the hour after you took your Med 4 final and you'd hit the refresh button 312 times waiting on your grade to be posted in Blackboard. And it was especially you on the first day of clinical when you'd just gotten your first patient assignment. Now let's see who can relate. Sleep deprivation related to staying up until 3 a.m. studying for Miss Leidig's neuro exam, as evidenced by bags under your eyes and the purchase of the strongest, most caffeinated drink Starbucks has on the menu. Impaired social interaction related to incessant studying, as evidenced by not leaving your house for an entire year except to come to class and clinical. But look how far you've come. You survived what is quite possibly one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life. You will soon take and pass the NCLEX, and being a nurse will become part of your DNA, part of your identity, and part of your soul. In Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8, the Lord says, "Whom shall I send? Who will go for us?" Isaiah responds by saying, "Here I am, send me." Nursing is a special calling. You generously give a huge part of yourself to others. You give part of your life unselfishly to make others' lives more bearable. You have all responded to this special calling by saying, "Here I am, send me." The world will be a better place because you answered the call, and your patients will be very lucky to have you. Now, we want you to go out into the world and be the best version of all of us. Students, on behalf of Dr. Irvin Clark, Southern Crescent Technical College, and us, your instructors, thank you for trusting us to lead you into the next chapter. We would like to thank Oak Hill Church for allowing us to hold this very special ceremony in this beautiful sanctuary. Families, friends, thank you for supporting these students during their journey. We know that they have not reached this finish line without your support, encouragement, and a lot of love. You all have so much to be proud of, and your patients, again, will be very lucky to have you take care of them. May God guide you and protect you every step of the way. This concludes today's program. We thank you all for attending. We ask that you kindly wait until the instructors and the students have exited the sanctuary before joining us in the lobby area. Thank you.